Hey everybody, welcome back to another summer prep series. This one is all about the Timely Tech line of computer lab activities. They're all monthly themed activities, and I have one for every month. Except I think maybe I did a combined summer one. Anyway, I'm going to go through how I prep these because with the Timely Tech line, I made it for K through 5, and I put all of the activities in one Google Slides file, but that's not actually how I present it to the students. So I'm going to show you how I pull apart the file into 3 actually, and separate out, like delete out the slides that I don't need, and then assign that through either Google Classroom or download it as a PowerPoint and share the file with students that way. So I'm going to be showing you my screen. So give me just a second and I'm going to get you flipped over so that you can see what I do on my side. So thank you so much for coming and joining me for this. Hopefully Facebook by now is giving you notifications when I go live. If not, make sure in the group that you have notifications turned on for when I post. I know I post a lot, but hopefully it's valuable information for you regardless. So, all right, let me get you flipped over. I know this is like always kind of the awkward part with the camera because it wants to like look at me or whatever. All right. And get you set so that you can see pretty well here. I feel like that's pretty good. And of course I've got to do this little trick because it's backwards. There we go. All right, we should all be able to see now. It's telling me that my network connection is low. Hopefully everybody can still see. All right. I have now a folder in my Google Drive. Google Drives are the messiest thing. If you have any advice for me on how to keep it more organized, go for it. I just made a new folder and put this one Google Slides file in there so that you didn't have to see my mess. Here is the Back to School Timely Tech. And like I said, I put all of the activities all together, but I'm going to be breaking it up. It starts with like a header just so that you can tell what it is, and I leave this for all the grade levels, and then it just goes through the activities starting with the easiest and going to the hardest. So here's some of them that you can see. Lots of fun back to school kind of stuff for your kindergartners and first graders, and some of them I might as well go through this now. Some of them, like this one, you can change out. You can make a million slides if you want and make students put whatever, like this one says put candy in the jar. Some of it's editable, so you can adjust it yourself and make more slides or take them out if you don't need that many. More K1. And then there will also be slides in any and all of them that would be appropriate for any grade level that you might choose to use with all grade levels and every year. So this is an example of one. Use the shape, tools, text, and colors to decorate your digital name tag. You can probably think of a lot of uses for this. You could even have them save it as an image when they're done by just highlighting everything that they end up including in there and saving it as an image file. Anything that you want with that. So that's an example of one that I'm going to keep in all versions of my files versus like this one's only going to apply to those grade levels, right? So then here's some more. Students are making words, alphabetical order, doing some mystery pictures. There's writing prompts, using shape tools. I love doing that with them. There are some decoding puzzles in lots of different ways, a little bit more writing, a search. So this, within the last couple, I think that's where I end off for like third graders, and now I'm switching into 4th, 5th grade stuff. So this is like how they look at a question and come up with keywords. There's a simple Google search, which again, this one's editable. If you don't like the search query, the question that I picked, you can edit it, change it to what you want it to be. Them responding to a prompt. This one has to do with digital citizenship. This one, and I usually do like 1 or 2 and most of the months have an activity that might link to an external site, you can change out the link, change out the picture. That slide's always editable if that's not a site that you have access to. Some basic directional coding stuff. So this is great for 5th graders with multiple right answers. And then some more like creative work that you can use for early finisher activities. So that's just a run through of everything that's included. I do a lot of repetition between the months and a lot of like spiraling coming back to topics because I think it's important. Okay, so here's my main file. I am now going to make 3 more. So if you were with me last week and I did the pixel art, instead of making copies of those files as full files for that one, I chose to start a new one because especially with level 1, they were such intensely large files that it's better in that case to just copy out just the slides that I need into a blank one. But this one, it's a reasonable size enough. As you can see, it takes 5-6 seconds to make the copy, but that's fine. And then I want to open these and rename them. So here's the process that I use. I get rid of the copy of, and this one I'm going to do, I like to do the 2 grade levels at once, and honestly, students love repeating the activities. So I just changed out, I took out the copy of, and I changed it to K1. This one I'm taking out the copy of, and I'm going to change it to 2 and 3. And this one I'll change to 4 and 5. So I don't know about you, but I noticed my kindergarten students love a challenge. If I tell them that something is, let's say, 1st grade level, or it might be a little hard for them, they love it. And then 1st graders, if I say, oh, this should be review from kindergarten, but I'm going to let you do it anyway, they love it. Students love it's so funny how that works. And then like 2nd and 3rd graders are the same. The 2nd graders want to be challenged and the 3rd graders love that review. So now I need to go through, I'm back in the K1 file, and I need to go through and get rid of everything that I don't want. So I'm going to go through all the way through slide 14 because I want to give K and 1, even though it's not going to be all that cute, I want to give them the opportunity to make their digital name tag because I think it's important. So starting on slide 15, and I'm going to do a shift click all the way so that all of them are selected. I want to delete all of those slides. So now I have the one that I am willing to share with K1. And then if you want to, the ones that are editable, like if I wanted to make more of these 3 slides, now would be the perfect time to do it. So let's say I want another one, I right click and duplicate, that's what I just did. And then I'll put in the number 5. Like maybe I decide that I want one for each. What ones do I have here? I had 8, 2, 9, 5. So then I would just go through and I'd make a slide for each number. If you want to add more to it, that's the perfect time to do it. Now this file is all set for K and 1. Let me come into, gotta love how Google saves everything for us, right? So now I want to get rid of slides 2 through 13. Oh, I forgot to hold down. 2 through 13, I'm leaving 14. And then 2nd and 3rd grade goes through these decoding messages. So then I want to get rid of the rest of the slides, clear those out. So now this one is left with 10 slides, which I know is not nearly as many as the K through K1 file, but this one takes a lot longer for them to work through, and they're working between slides and filling in colors in this one, and there are writing prompts, so it does take about the same amount of time. If you want to split it down even more, you certainly can, and just choose what you want each grade level to have. Okay, and then 4th and 5th grade, I'm going to take out those slides 2 through 13 again, leave that one that was 14 for the digital name tag. They're going to do a beautiful job with it. and then pull out all of these to the decoding messages. And now they're just left with the slides that are appropriate for 4th and 5th graders. Now these slides these files are all much smaller, so you'll be able to share them, and the file size is reasonable. So again, the steps is that back here with my original, I make 3 copies of it. I rename them so that I know which grade levels I'm sharing them with. I delete out the slides that I no longer need, and then they're ready to go, and they can be assigned in Google Classroom, or you can download them as PowerPoint files. They work perfectly in PowerPoint as well, and share them with your students that way. What questions can I answer about that process? Let me know. And even if you're not watching this live, you can let me know, and I'll pay attention to the comments. Let me flip you back over now. If you have questions about that part, please still ask them, even though I'm kind of changing the subject now. So that's how I prep any of the timely texts. I do like to use the same activities 2 years in a row, but there's enough variety there so that it can be anything that you need it to be. Most of them have between 22 and 25 activities for that month. And that's not just like 25 slides, it's 25 different activity types. And like in that example with the candy jar, there's always going to be some that you can duplicate and turn into an additional challenge as well, based on whatever it is that your school needs. If you want your 4th graders to work on more search skills, duplicate that slide and give them 2 or 3 things that they have to search and come up with the answers for. It's perfect that way. Okay, I think that was everything that I wanted to tell you about it. I'm like looking at my notes here to check. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, next week, I'm super excited for next week's summer prep series because, as I'm sure you expected, like we would get to it eventually, I'm going to do the full K through 5 curriculum. You'll be able to get each, if you only need an individual grade level, those will be on sale too. And I'll put them on sale Sunday through Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that. That's the best price you're going to be able to get on it. So this is your chance to get it. And then next Wednesday, I'll do a walkthrough of what it looks like. There's really no prep for it because everything's just hosted right on the website. But if you want to stick around long enough for me to show you like every page of the site, I will. And I've got like an announcement to go with it of a new feature that's available that I'm going to walk you through as well. So make sure to open the Sunday or Monday, whatever day it comes to your inbox, email from me next week so that you can get those details, and then come back next Wednesday for our next summer prep series so that I can walk you through what the curriculum is. If you've been curious about it, it's your perfect opportunity to check it out. Or if you've got any questions, because it's new to you and you're wondering anything, ask all your questions that you have and I will do my best to answer them. I get a lot of the same questions a lot, so I will make sure to go over those. But if you've got anything in addition to that, just let me know. All right, unless you've got anything else for me, I'm going to let you go for the day. I know that was short and sweet and brief, but that's how we like it, right? It's hot here in Raleigh, so I'm going to go probably to the pool and enjoy it because it's summer break. Thanks for stopping by and watching this, and I'll see ya next week. Bye.